Hey everybody, I am going to show you how I do my ribbed border. I'm going to show you on this hat. I've got it all done. Don't want to knock the camera over. I have made a round of single crochets. And now I have slip stitched into my first stitch. I want to make a border about an inch or inch and a half. So I'm not counting my stitches right now. But let's see how long that is. Right now that's at about an inch. I think I'm going to put a couple more stitches on it. That looks about as long as I want it. So now I am going to go back. I'm going to skip this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I chained up 11, which leaves me 10 stitches. I've come to my last one. I'm going to go to my next stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch. I'm going to slip stitch into the next one. Then I'm going to go back. I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip these 2 slip stitches, tighten my yarn up, and into this first stitch, I'm going to go through both loops, make a single. There's one. Now I'm going to put only the back loop. Now I've come to my very last stitch, and again I'm going to go through both loops. That just makes it, sorry about that, that just makes it sturdier on the edge. Now most people would go ahead and chain 1. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go back and into that same stitch, going through both loops, 1. And then into the back loops only. Apologize for that. My tripod is a little wobbly. That's my last one. Okay, this is the one we've already used. So we're going to go to the next stitch, slip stitch, into the next one, slip stitch, turn, skipping those two right there, we're going to go back into this one. Under both loops, 1, and then just into the back loop. Okay, I'm at my last one. I'm going to go under both loops. Now I'm going to turn. And without making a chain 1, I'm going to go right back into it. Sorry about that. So I went right back into that first stitch under both loops. Now I'm going to just do the back loop. Come to my last stitch. I'm going under both. Now, we've already used that one. We're going to go in to the next stitch and slip stitch and slip stitch. So we're looking like this. We skip those first two. The first stitch, we go under both. Then we do back loop only. And then when you reach your last stitch, again, go under both those loops. And let's see if we can do this without knocking the camera over again. And you see, we're getting a brim. Show you one more time. Okay, so we're going to turn. We're going to go right back into that, under both loops, and then we're just going to do the back loop. We've already used that stitch right there. So we're going to go to the next stitch, do a slip stitch, and the next one, and do a slip stitch. We're going to skip those two that we just slip stitched. We're going to go right back into that very first stitch. Go under both loops, and then we just go into the next one, back loop only, and we're doing single crochets. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning or not. And under both. So you're getting something that looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I'll do a few more rows. I'll come back and we'll see how you're doing. Okay, I'm about halfway through now. And it is a little longer than I wanted, but that's okay because I can just roll it up if I need to. But this is what it's looking like so far. And this is the part of the video where I want to remind you that you should always watch a tutorial all the way through before you actually try whatever it is you're trying to do. Because I'm not sure if I mentioned that I went down a hook size to do this. I did this in a 6, I'm doing this in a 5. So you want to make sure that you go down at least a half, if not a whole size, when you're doing this kind of brim. It will pull it in a little bit, but it's still very, very stretchy. And again, I apologize for this. It's just a little tiny tripod. And trying to get it so that it's, you know, the camera's not knocking it over is a little difficult. All right, so I'm going to finish this, and then when I get down to the very end, I'll be back to show you how we finish this off. I have come to the end where I've just done my last two slip stitches. So I'm going to go up here, do these. So I've got my 10. Now I'm going to go back down. That's my last one. I'm going to do through both. Now I'm going to flip this inside out. I'm going to chain 1. Then I'm going to put these together like so. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. I'm going to go into this one and then back into that one. Go through them both. And then I'm just going to grab one stitch, one loop of each. Oh, sorry, as I go up, just let me go back down there and show you again. So I've chained my 1. Okay, now I'm going to go into that first one and back into this one and do a single crochet. Now I'm going to grab one loop of each side, like so. And then on that very last one, I'm going to grab 2. Go like so. And then I'm going to cut a length of yarn and pull it through. And we don't want that coming through. And there you go. You can only see this because the color changed. Otherwise, you wouldn't notice. And that is how I make my ribbed brim. Thanks for watching.